When I touched the Linga for the first time, I could see that both my palms, they were just vibrating. Namaskaram everyone. I'm at the Kashi Vishwanath Temple right now. This is the Linga here, and this here is the main temple space. Beyond this, videography is not allowed, so I'm just shooting it here. And in this particular vlog, I want to talk and share with all of you my experience of visiting this space for the first time in 2020 versus right now when I've come in 2025, how my experience has evolved, how the Isha programs that I did and the sadhana that I'm doing and the time that I've spent at the Isha Yoga Center has made me experience this space in a very different way, enhanced my receptivity. I also want to talk about the corridor area. So this is the corridor which has been created, Kashi Vishwanath Corridor. I'm sure you would have heard about it. It has been a part of Narendra Modi's vision to transform this space. Kashi, which is the spiritual capital of this country, how it was before this corridor was created. This is the time when I visited for the first time in 2020. And how it is right now with this new corridor in place. Towards the end, I'll also show the Isha space. It's called Sadguru Yoga Sthala. This is a place where there is an Isha Life Shoppy and yoga sessions happen here for free for all the visitors who come to it. This is the banner that you will find if you come to the corridor area. So towards the end, I'll also show you that space. When I came here for the first time in 2020, I actually knew very little about Kashi as a space, very little about the Jyotirlings, very little about the Kashi Vishwanath Temple as well. I had come primarily because I had time to kill. I had just completed my placement process in the college and there was a week off. My friends were not willing to come to Kashi, so I thought I'll just come alone. So it was a solo trip. I'd come here for 5 days to a week. And at that time, the way I'd experienced the space versus now, I want to talk about that. So I booked the hostel sort of a stay at that time. And all I knew was that there is this Kashi Vishwanath Jyotirling which has to be visited, and I planned to come here for Mangala Aarti. At that time, actually, I didn't know what is the difference between Kashi, Varanasi and Banaras. So I'm sure many of you might also not be knowing. So there is, if you will see, there is this Ghat area just behind. There is Ganga river. On the left side, there is Varun river. And on the right side, there is a river called Assi. So the area between Varun and Assi river has been called as Varanasi. So this is like a geographical identity of the place. The Kashi area, what is the main spiritual hub, which is referred to as the place where Shiva lives and he never leaves Kashi. This is the consecrated space, which is a small part of the overall Varanasi area. So this is the area which has been energized and consecrated, and it's referred to as Kashi Kshetra. So Kashi and Varanasi are not the same places. I would say Varanasi is more like the city and Kashi is the main spiritual infrastructure. So when I came here for the first time, when I went for the Mangala Aarti at the Kashi Vishwanath Temple, which is here, there was no corridor like this. There were just houses. And I reached quite early. And to my surprise, I was told that there will be huge lines, like kilometers long line. And there was nobody. I had come actually in off season. And even inside the temple space, there were very few people. And I got to do Sparsh Darshan at that time. To be honest, I didn't know what is Sparsh Darshan as well. It is where you get to touch the Linga physically. So this happens at certain times of the day maybe, and not everyone gets to do it. But fortunately, at the end of Mangala Aarti, they let us touch the Linga. And what I experienced was phenomenal. It was like the Linga talking to me and telling me there is more to life than the way you are thinking maybe. At that time, I was not very religious. My reason for following Sadhguru was also primarily because of his logic and the sense he made and the way he represented spirituality and the Indian culture in general. So that was what had attracted me. But when I touched the Linga for the first time, I could see that both my palms, they were just vibrating in a way that I had never experienced before. So I experienced that vibration throughout that day, and throughout those 5 to 7 days, whenever I would pass from near the temple area, near the Kashi Vishwanath area, I would start feeling those sensations. Now, logically, something like this makes no sense. And I was absolutely bold, and I developed some sort of reverence for temples as an infrastructure for spiritual experiences, which was missing big time till then. I would not even go to temples or bow down from outside. That's the way I was. But this particular experience made me more open to temples and the type of spaces and the type of experience that they can give to individuals. I've also met people after this who have shared very fascinating experiences of visiting Jyotirlingas and experiencing something which they cannot articulate or put in words. So now that I've come after nearly 5 years, at that time I was doing inner engineering. I was practicing Shambhavi Mahamudra Kriya, some Hatha Yoga practices. So although there was some sadhana, but to be honest, I didn't experience Kashi as a space any differently. I spent most of my time at the ghats, and it was more like a tourist sort of roaming around, if I may put it that way. But this time when I'm here, I did my Hatha Yoga teacher training from Isha Foundation in 2021, wherein I spent almost a year there, and I've done all the advanced programs as well, especially Samyama. And I feel that the way my receptivity has enhanced is very different from the way things were before. So this time around, when I'm here, it's been almost 3 days now. This particular corridor area, so back there is the temple, and this side there are the ghats. So this particular space, experiencing it is just beyond words. When I came here during the Kumbh Mela time, Mahakumbh Mela time, again I had experienced this particular pathway in a very different way. I could see that the way my breath was happening had changed. There was a certain meditativeness just by being in this space. So it's very difficult to understand what's really happening, but definitely I can say that having done sadhana for these years, having spent time at the Isha Yoga Center, which is again a very powerful consecrated space, to the extent that Sadhguru says that we are creating another Kashi. Okay, that's how powerful the space is. I could see that my overall receptivity to the Kashi Kshetra has enhanced. Even when I visited the spaces around, Kal Bhairav Temple, Mahamrutyunjay Temple, there are Shakti Peeths. I could see that the moment I step inside, I could feel there is a different quality of energy inside each space. Particularly what stood out for me was the home or Samadhi space of Tailanga Swami. Tailanga Swami is one of the yogis who lived for around 280 years. And when I stepped into that space, there is a underground space wherein that's dedicated for sadhana. You can sit and meditate there. I could see that the quality of meditation there was very different. The time that I've been here, last 3 days, I've spent a lot of time in this corridor area, and the meditative experience that I'm having here is of a very different quality. And for sure, I could see that the sadhana is working. It has been enhancing my receptivity towards spiritual spaces and experiences, I would say. So yes, I think this has been a major difference in terms of how I experienced Kashi for the first time versus now, that overall the system has been upgraded, if I may put it that way. And yes, I would like to cover about the corridor area as well now. Okay, welcome back. Yesterday it had been raining the entire day. You can see the floor is wet and I couldn't make the rest of the video. So I thought today I'll just cover about the corridor space. Okay, now before I cover about the corridor space, let me explain what is a corridor. Okay, so this is a photo of the Kashi Vishwanath Temple before the corridor was made. Now, if you look here, there is no visibility of the temple. I'll zoom in a bit for you. This is the temple. Okay, this is how it looked like before the corridor creation. Here on the side, this is the controversial Gyanvapi Masjid area, and after the corridor creation, this is how the temple space looks like. This is the main temple that I just zoomed in and showed to you. Okay, so what difference does it really make? Let's try to understand this. Okay, I'll show you a particular linga, which is Shri Nilkant Mahadev Mandir. Okay, so you can see there is a proper space made for a linga here. At the bottom, you can see there is a linga, right? So this space looks like this right now. Okay, there is a proper construction around it. Now, before the corridor was, the way this same space looked was, this linga was a part of someone's home. It was in someone's home's basement. This land had been encroached by people staying around the temple. So practically, when I came for the first time, when I was walking towards the Kashi Vishwanath Temple, I just felt like I'm walking through a marketplace and a residential area, and out of the blue, the temple comes in. Now, why this is not good is, there are multiple reasons. First is that Kashi Vishwanath Temple is one part of the overall design or geometry of the Kashi Kshetra. So there are 70,000, yes, 70,000 shrines spread in this area, geometrically arranged so that they create almost a human-like body. Okay, now there are many technical ways to look at it. There is a very nice Sadguru video on YouTube, Kashi, the Eternal City. It's a 50 minutes video. There he goes into detail of these aspects. But what happened is that this smaller shrines, their visibility was almost gone. Even right now, if you look at it, this is the boundary of the corridor area, and just outside the boundary, there are shops and there is a very thin walkway area. Okay, so it had gotten so congested because of absence of the corridor, that the sanctity of the energy space had been severely disturbed. So this is what Sadhguru also says, that the Kashi as a energy space is getting revived by creation of this type of infrastructure. So even right now, outside the corridor space, there are so many consecrated shrines which are not maintained, let me put it that way. For example, if you enter into a place that you have heard about, oh, this is a very significant space, it appears out of the blue, congested between the houses of people staying around it, with a very thin walkway, which is not ideally the way a space should be. So, as per the Agama Shastra as well, which is the scripture on design of temple creation, there is always a space around the temple. It's not just that the shrine is the main thing. There is a space that is maintained around, which maintains the vibrancy of the space. So that had been severely missing. So after the corridor creation, let us walk this way. After the corridor creation, you can see that the spaces are more structured, and from what I hear, there are plans to expand the corridor space as well. There are other significant spaces, the Kal Bhairav temple, the Mahamrityunjay temple. There are also many Devi shrines around. So all this is the corridor space. You see the aesthetics of it. It's so clean, well made, and something that will sustain for years to come and for the generations to come. This is another linga right in front, Amriteshwar Mahadev Mandir. Okay, so this had also become a part of someone's home, which is now getting its own space. If you meditate and sit in this space, you can see that these are very charged up spaces. Okay, so I just wanted to share with all of you that our creation by the current government is helping in reviving the Kashi Vishwanath Temple space, as well as overall Kashi Kshetra as an infrastructure for one's spiritual upliftment. So this is one of the gateways from the Ghat to the Kashi Vishwanath Temple, which is this way, and you will see banners like this for free yoga sessions by Isha Foundation. Let's walk towards it. Okay. There is a Isha Life store as well, a smaller unit, and we are walking towards the Yogasthala. Okay. Okay, it's from this way. Okay, you can see this is the way. There are standees to guide you towards the Yogasthala as well. "30-minute sessions, free yoga," and this happened throughout the day, mainly towards the morning and evening. And this is the path towards Sadguru Yoga Sthala. So it's also a part of this navigation. Okay, you'll see here Sadguru Yoga Sthala is there as a part of the navigation, and this is the space. Usually there is a Adiyogi statue right outside, but in the mornings I think they've kept it inside. We'll walk inside and take a look of what the space is. So on the ground floor there is Isha Life store. You will find a collection of all Isha Life products. There are Sadguru books, Adiyogi photos, and consecrated items, which is the Linga yantra, Devi Gudi, and Bhairavi Raksha. Like this, there are Devi saris as well. All the merchandise is there, and yeah, as you can see, a lot of Adiyogi miniature statues are also there, which people can take home. And yes, this is the Isha Life store. There are also consecrated Rudraksh available here. Isha Rudraksh can be are very meticulously taken care of and made so that the authenticity factor is never into question. So if you're coming to Kashi and looking to purchase a Rudraksh, you can consider getting it from Isha Life store. Okay. There is also a Devi Mukha here. It is a part of the which makes this space more energized and consecrated. If you go upstairs, there is the program hall wherein free yoga sessions are being conducted. Even a inner engineering program has happened in this space. You are requested to keep your phone on silent. There are volunteers who also do their practices here. Namaskaram. So this is the space. It can accommodate easily up to 100 people for a basic yoga session. And the key part that I would like to show is that there is a Sadguru Sanidhi, which makes this space consecrated and energized. The moment you enter, you can feel that there is a sense of settling and meditativeness in this space because of the Sadguru Sanidhi. So this is the space where free yoga sessions happen, and if you or someone from your family and friend circles are looking to visit Kashi Vishwanath Temple, then they should consider coming to this space, which is very easily accessible from the Ganga Ghat entrance area. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching this till the end, and if you have any questions regarding visiting Kashi or Isha Yoga Center, I would address your questions in the comment section. And yeah, that's it. Do subscribe the channel to stay informed about more such content. Thank you.